The life of Kobe Bryant. Some athletes are remembered for what they won. Kobe Bryant is remembered for how he chased it. He turned a mindset into a philosophy, a work ethic into a legend, and a nickname, the Black Mamba, into something bigger than basketball. This is the story of one of the greatest to ever play the game, and a life that ended far too soon. He was born Kobe Bean Bryant on August 23, 1978 in Philadelphia. And here's a fun fact right away. His parents named him after Kobe beef, the famous Japanese steak they'd seen on a restaurant menu. His middle name Bean came from his father's nickname, Jelly Bean Joe Bryant, who was himself an NBA player. Basketball was in his blood from the start. When Kobe was 6, his dad's NBA career wound down, and the family moved to Italy, where Joe kept playing professionally. Kobe spent his childhood there, learned to speak fluent Italian, played soccer, and fell in love with basketball, an ocean away from home. He idolized the game, studied it obsessively, and became a huge Lakers fan. When the family moved back to the Philadelphia area, Kobe went to Lower Merion High School, and he was a phenomenon. He dominated. By his senior year, he was the best high school player in the country, winning National Player of the Year awards, leading his school to a state championship, and finishing as Southeastern Pennsylvania's all-time leading scorer, breaking a record held by Wilt Chamberlain himself. And then he made a decision that shocked a lot of people. Instead of going to college, 17-year-old Kobe declared straight for the NBA draft, which very few guards had ever done. In 1996, the Charlotte Hornets picked him 13th and immediately traded him to the Los Angeles Lakers, the exact team he'd grown up loving. That same summer, the Lakers also signed a dominant center named Shaquille O'Neal. The pieces of a dynasty were quietly falling into place. Kobe was the youngest player in the NBA at the time. His first couple of seasons, he mostly came off the bench, but you could see the talent and the fearlessness. He won the slam dunk contest as a rookie. Soon, he cracked the starting lineup and became an all-star, and together, he and Shaq turned the Lakers into a machine. From 2000 to 2002, the Lakers won 3 straight championships. Kobe was still in his early 20s. In that first title run in 2000, he had a legendary moment in the playoffs against Portland, capping a huge comeback with an alley-oop pass to Shaq that fans still talk about. The Shaq and Kobe Lakers were, for a few years, unstoppable. But greatness came with friction. Kobe and Shaq had one of the most famous feuds in sports history, 2 enormous talents and egos fighting over who the team really belonged to. And in 2003, Kobe's life hit its darkest, most serious chapter off the court. He was charged with sexual assault by a 19-year-old hotel employee in Colorado. The criminal case was eventually dropped when the accuser chose not to testify, and a related civil lawsuit was settled. Kobe issued an apology while maintaining the encounter was consensual. It's a real and heavy part of his story, and any honest look at his life has to include it. After the Lakers lost the 2004 finals, the tension boiled over, and Shaq was traded away. Now the team was fully Kobe's, and this is when he became the player people mythologize. Carrying the Lakers largely on his own, he put up staggering scoring numbers. On January 22, 2006, he scored 81 points in a single game against the Toronto Raptors. 81. That's the second most points anyone has ever scored in an NBA game, behind only Wilt Chamberlain's 100. He led the league in scoring 2 years running. It was around this era that he gave himself the nickname that stuck, the Black Mamba. It wasn't just a cool name. It represented an alter ego, a mindset of total focus and killer instinct. That idea grew into what he called the Mamba mentality, a philosophy about relentless self-improvement, outworking everyone, and obsessing over the smallest details. It became his trademark, and something athletes and fans around the world still live by. In 2008, he won his first and only league MVP award and carried the Lakers to the finals, though they lost to the Boston Celtics. But Kobe answered the way champions do. He led the Lakers to back-to-back titles in 2009 and 2010, winning Finals MVP both times. That 2010 championship was extra sweet because it came in a brutal 7-game series against those same Celtics. That gave him 5 championships total and cemented him next to Michael Jordan in the conversation about the greatest ever. He also won 2 Olympic gold medals with Team USA in 2008 and 2012 as part of a golden era of American basketball. The final years of his career were harder. His body started to break down. In 2013, he tore his Achilles tendon, and injuries kept cutting his season short after that. But he refused to limp off quietly. In the very last game of his 20-year career, in 2016, at 37 years old, Kobe scored 60 points against the Utah Jazz, taking over the final minutes like it was his prime all over again. It's one of the greatest farewell performances in sports history. He finished with more than 33,000 career points and spent all 20 seasons with one team, the Lakers, which almost never happens. And then came a remarkable second act. In retirement, Kobe leaned into storytelling and creativity. He made a short animated film called Dear Basketball, a love letter to the game. And in 2018, he won an Academy Award for it. An NBA legend became an Oscar winner. He also poured himself into being a girl dad and coaching youth basketball, especially mentoring his daughter Gianna, who dreamed of playing in the WNBA. Then, on January 26, 2020, tragedy. Kobe, his 13-year-old daughter Gianna, and 7 other people were killed in a helicopter crash in Calabasas, California. They were on their way to a youth basketball game. Kobe was 41 years old. The news stopped the entire world. Fans gathered outside arenas, players wept on live television, and tributes poured in from every corner of the planet. Later that year, he was inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. Kobe Bryant's life wasn't simple, and it wasn't without serious controversy, but his impact is undeniable. He inspired an entire generation to work harder, to obsess over their craft, and to never accept anything less than their absolute best. The mamba mentality outlived him. Every time someone yells Kobe, tossing a ball of paper into a trash can, that's the legacy. A competitor so relentless, his name became a word for greatness itself. Rest in peace, Kobe and Gianna.
If you enjoyed this one, take a second to like and subscribe. It genuinely helps the channel grow, and there are more stories like this on the way. I'll catch you in the next video.